From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Right now you're taking a look at First Alert radar. You can see some showers, a band of showers really exiting the region for now, but later in the day we could have some more thunderstorms firing up in Grant, Adams, Whitman, Columbia, Walla Walla, Umatilla, and Morrow counties. And for Walla Walla, Umatilla, and Morrow counties, that would mainly be in the Blue Foothills. Most of us going to be dry for today, lots of sunshine, and it will be gusty/windy out there. The wind's already picking up in the lower Columbia Basin, in the Blue Foothills, and the Kittitas Valley. For the foothills in the valley, some of those peak gusts can be around 35 to 40 miles per hour when it's all said and done. Right now, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s in the mountains. Later today for lower elevations, 60s and 70s around lunchtime, and then 70s and 80s at the peak of daytime heating. Technically, we're going to be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, so it's going to feel like more so like late September as opposed to early August. Bottom line for the forecast, Blue Mountain thunderstorms for today, dry for Friday and beyond. Again, pretty cool for this time of the year for today, but heating it back up to around 100 in the Tri-Cities by Monday. So lots of ups and downs to the forecast for the next 7 days. I'll touch on that on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, 2 men are off the streets this morning after a gunpoint robbery led to police and a massive multi-agency takedown and a major weapons bust as well. We have it all on camera. Plus, a late-night shooting sends one person to the hospital and leaves behind an active crime scene. We'll let you know what detectives are telling us so far from what happened on 10th Avenue. And strange orange fumes spark an emergency response in Boardman. Officials are letting us know what happened inside a local facility. We have these headlines and so many more coming up right now on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here on this Thursday morning for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica has the morning off. We want to start this morning out of Kennewick. 2 robbery suspects in custody, a number of firearms off the streets, and it's all because of a multi-agency operation that started in Kennewick and moved to Richland. This robbery that we're talking about happened back on July 27th. Investigators say it was a targeted attack at a home on Kennewick Avenue. And that's where a man says he was held at gunpoint. Well, detectives from Kennewick and Richland working together to track down 39-year-old Mark Barnett and 34-year-old Matthew Miller, both now facing robbery and theft charges. Just yesterday, you see it right here on your screen, SWAT teams, drone units, and street crime officers served search warrants at 2 homes, one in Kennewick, one in Richland. And that's where they found multiple firearms, drugs, and a slew of other evidence. Well, right now, investigation's still active. Those 2 arrests have been made, and police asking anyone with information to come forward. Moving to Boardman, Oregon, where Fire Rescue District responded after reports of a hazardous material. This happened yesterday just before 10 a.m. Officials say orange-colored fumes were coming from a container at a processing facility, and that then led to a multi-agency response. So Battalion 81 established an incident command when they arrived, and they say they were able to get all of the occupants from that facility evacuated safely. Then Hazmat 10 came in to help make a containment plan, and they put on those chemical suits you see from the video here from Boardman Fire District, and they were able to isolate the chemicals, get them out, you see it right there, and luckily no injuries were reported. 6:03 and a crime alert out of Kennewick this morning where a person is recovering after being shot in a parking lot late last night. It happened just after 10 p.m. Here's a photo from the scene from Kennewick Police. Responders were called to 1114 West 10th Avenue for an assault involving a weapon. Well, when they got there, they found a person had been shot. The suspect was also there and was quickly detained at the scene and taken into custody without any incident. Police say that this shooting appears to have stemmed from a disturbance between the 2 people. Now, the victim was taken to the hospital, but their current condition has not been released at this time. And all of this as Washington State Patrol says firearm-related cases are piling up. And this is now creating a backlog that is slowing down criminal investigations across the state. 4 of WSP's 6 crime labs handle the firearms testing, but the demand has outpaced the capacity. So right now, the average wait time for test results is 379 days. That's over a year. Now, the state is training new forensic scientists to speed up the process, but the training takes 2 full years, meaning the fix won't be immediate.
So there is quite a bit of a backlog. Right now, it's averaging about 379 days before they get a return on a firearm submission or ammunition submission for testing.
So WSP opened 8 positions in their crime lab for the testing. Officials say once all trainees are fully certified, they expect it to double testing capacity and shrink those backlogs by more than half. And they hope to do that over the next 2 years. 6:05 and taking you to Yakima now, where police are investigating after a body that was found in the Yakima River on Tuesday night. The Yakima County interim coroner Marshall Slight is now saying that the person in that river near Birchfield Road was there for about 3 days before being pulled out by police. Right now, we're being told that police don't believe there's any foul play, but Slight says that the case is still under investigation. As we get more information, we'll of course pass it along to you. Health news this morning, and big news for healthcare in Toppenish. Astria Health is expanding and a brand new facility is on the way. Astria Health and the community are celebrating the brand new behavioral health unit at Astria Health. It's not quite ready for patients just yet, but once those doors open, this facility will serve people from across the region and even across the state. Brian Gibbons, president and CEO of Astria Health, says the new unit is a game changer.
Really a civil commitment facility. It expands the behavioral health beds for the state, and it'll provide services for our community. Should expand our outpatient reach as well with our behavioral health services here in this community. So it's really good for everybody in the community and the state.
Gibbons says that by the end of this year, Astria Health will nearly double its capacity, growing from 15 beds to 29. Gibbons adds that the new unit is expected to serve about 300 new patients every year. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we'll take a look at your national headlines, including possible talks between President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. We'll have the latest on that discussion and when that could happen. And of course, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth as we give you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 6 minutes after 6. When we come back, we'll have a check at your First Alert forecast.
There's no such thing as a minor fender bender when you're on a motorcycle. And most of the time, motorcyclists get hurt when they go down. So if someone else's carelessness causes your luck to run out, find out what your rights are under the law.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher.
Yes.
Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Choice Hotels gets you more for your money, so you can maximize any vacation from the second you log off. Getting rooftop cocktails at the Cambria Hotel.
Yes.
Need anything, email Janet.
But there is no Janet.
Even better, check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Cream on the left, one more episode. Cream on the right, we crushed the whole series.
Yes! Huh. Oh, that was really good.
Oreo, stay playful.
There's no such thing as a minor fender bender when you're on a motorcycle. And most of the time, motorcyclists get hurt when they go down. So if someone else's carelessness causes your luck to run out, find out what your rights are under the law.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services, Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County, 40s and 50s, a pair of matching 57s for Cle Elum and Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, mid-50s up and down the valley. For the lower Columbia Basin, 50s and 60s, 59 for Umatilla, 67 for Hermiston, 62 in the Tri-Cities. Then in the Blue Foothills, most of us in the 60s, but we are tracking some mid to upper 50s for places like Heppner and Pilot Rock, and then 40s and 50s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning, then it's going to be t-shirt weather, very comfortable for early August, as we'll end up being about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So more so, like I just said a few minutes back, more so feeling like late September as opposed to early August. So 70s and 80s for lower elevations, lots of sunshine, a little bit more in the way of cloud cover in the Blue Foothills. And also there will be a little chance of some thunderstorms today, 20 to 40% chances in the Blue Mountains, about 30 to 50% chances for places like Grant County, Adams County, Whitman County, and Columbia County. But you see for the bulk of our viewing area, a lot of white on this map, which means that it's going to be dry. And then our forecast completely dries out after this, and it's not going to feel like fall anymore, as it is certainly going to feel like August out there and then some. So I'll show you that heat up that's looming coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. It's 11 minutes after 6. Taking a look at your national headlines now this morning. Just yesterday, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Russian President Vladimir Putin met in Moscow. It's what has been called a highly productive meeting, according to sources. Trump now plans to meet with Putin as early as next week. However, setting a meeting for so soon does pose some logistical issues, and it might not happen as quickly as hoped. So that meeting will be followed by a trilateral meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. President Trump is trying to help broker an end to Russia's war in Ukraine. He has issued a deadline for Moscow to agree to ceasefire or face sanctions. Those secondary sanctions, including a 100% tariff on Russian oil brought by other countries, will kick in on Friday. And in other news from Washington, the Trump administration is stepping up the presence of federal law enforcement in the nation's capital. Sources say the planned increase scheduled for today and tomorrow includes officers from ICE, the FBI, National Guard, and local DHS agents. This as local federal agents in Washington, D.C. in the area have been told that they should be ready to be deployed. This increased presence comes after an assault on a well-known former Department of Government Efficiency staffer last weekend. White House officials saying that the move is a part of President Trump's executive order to address crime in the city. And in your tech news this morning, Apple is pouring another $100 billion into U.S. operations, a move praised by President Trump. Tech giant plans to build out a domestic supply chain for its chips, with 24 factories in 12 states expected to produce over 19 billion chips next year. President Trump is threatening 100% tariffs on foreign semiconductors, but says companies investing here, like Apple, will be exempt. Apple's just one of many tech giants that have expanded their American footprint over the past several months, and more are expected to follow. Leading AI chip maker NVIDIA saying it plans to build its supercomputers in the United States as well. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. The sun is up, and it is shaping up to be a beautiful day. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will have your first alert forecast and what you can expect coming up after the break.
Every heartbeat is a second chance. At Prosser Memorial Health, our cardiac rehabilitation program empowers your recovery with expert care and state-of-the-art Technogym smart equipment for safe, personalized fitness after a heart event. Whether you've had a heart attack, bypass surgery, valve repair, or heart failure, ask your provider for a referral. With tailored sessions over 12 weeks, supervised by medical professionals, we support your whole health, body, mind, and heart. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite and give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Summer is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today in Kennewick or West Richland.
A new head coach and a new attitude, but it's still the most exciting game in the Pacific Northwest. Oh my! Seattle Kraken hockey returns this fall to Apple Valley News Now, your exclusive television home of the Kraken.
Next live, ESPN's Elle Duncan.
As you're talking about ESPN, your facial hair is growing because you're so riddled with testosterone.
Yeah. Plus, comedian Carol Leifer. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of today with Futurecast radar. As we put this into motion, you can see by 8 this morning, it's going to be pretty dry for our viewing area. The same thing around lunchtime. But then as we head into the afternoon, this is when a complex of thunderstorms could impact Grant County, Adams County, into Whitman County, eventually into Columbia County. And I think Futurecast is underselling the thunderstorm potential in the foothills, or excuse me, in the Blue Mountains of Morrow, Umatilla, and Walla Walla County. So we'll see how it pans out. But most of us are going to be dry for today, and we'll see plenty of sunshine. With lightning in the forecast, checking in on vegetation dryness, not seeing anything that's critically or significantly dry, so we're not too concerned about the potential for lightning fires. Otherwise, like I said, a beautiful day, mostly sunny skies and high temperatures that'll be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, 70s and 80s for our lower elevations. Wind gusts going to be cranking up for today all throughout the day, and some of those strongest gusts could be in the foothills of Morrow and Umatilla counties, also in the Kittitas Valley, those gusts between 35 to 40 miles per hour. Then for tonight, we're going to be dry, we're going to be clear. Overnight lows not just mild, but actually quite cool for lower elevations, 40s and 50s, and 40s in the Cascades and the Blues. For tomorrow, a touch warmer, but still about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So generally mid to upper 80s for the valleys, the basin, and the foothills. And the winds are going to come back, but this time they're not going to be nearly as strong. And the heat is going to come back. We'll be back into the 90s in the Tri-Cities as soon as this weekend, and up around 100 for Monday, about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. But all throughout the summer, we haven't had a sustained heat wave, and that trend will continue as we're going to trend cooler into Tuesday and Wednesday. We love to see that, but we don't love to see this. No rainfall in the forecast for Friday and beyond, so vegetation dryness is poised to go back up, and fire danger probably follow suit. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, trending hotter into Monday with highs reaching 100. Then the trend throws it into reverse. In Yakima, feeling like late September for today, but warming up into the weekend and the very beginning of next week. In Ellensburg, windy and comfortable Thursday, calmer winds, but getting hotter for Friday through Monday. In Hermiston, low 80s today, mid 80s Friday, low 90s Saturday, then mid to upper 90s Sunday through Tuesday. Finally, for Walla Walla, struggling to make it out of the 70s on Thursday, but then summer kicks it back into gear for this weekend and next week.
That's what I like to hear. Summer kicking it back into gear.
Yeah, I'm not ready to let go of it quite yet.
Especially for the weekend. People can get out and enjoy.
Yeah, lots of sunshine.
Yeah, it's always a bummer when, you know, the week is so nice, everyone's at work or when school gets back in, and then the weekends, you know, pours rain. So it's nice we've had a little bit of the opposite this week.
The amount of times that has happened to me since I've been in the Pacific Northwest and the amount of contempt that people have for me when it happens, I'm sorry, I hate it too.
It's all your fault though, so yeah. I know. All right, so much more ahead. We have your entertainment headlines coming up, and the world is saying goodbye to a music icon. And a music icon is saying goodbye to the stage. We have the very latest from Hollywood coming up.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research, and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
This summer, Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is coming in hotter than ever. Rock out with Foreigner, live in concert. Feel the heat at the crowd favorite, Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla Demo Derby. And ride into the action with 3 nights of PRCA Rodeo. Food, fun, and thrills. Walla Walla's biggest tradition is coming in hotter than ever.
I'ma be a wild one. Some days are the fun days. The days you get to go wild. Which makes the Ford Ranger perfect for you. Made to haul. Made for the trail. And made for any wild idea you've got. Get a wild deal on a Ranger today. Lease a 2025 Ford Ranger Super Crew 4x4 for $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Welcome back. It is 6:22, and in your entertainment headlines this morning, the man they called the Madman of Salsa has passed away.
Pianist, composer, and bandleader Eddie Palmieri died Wednesday at his home in Hackensack, New Jersey. He was 88 years old.
His family says he has been fighting an extended illness. He founded his first steady band in 1961, which helped reinvigorate mambo music as it was losing steam.
Stylistic changes he introduced created a new genre of music known as salsa, but Palmieri didn't like that label.
Yeah, he referred to his music as Afro-Cuban. In more headlines from Hollywood, fans hoping to see Kelly Clarkson at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas could unfortunately be out of luck.
The singer announced she is postponing her 4 remaining August dates. She says she is caring for her children because their father has fallen ill.
Well, new dates for the shows haven't been announced. No word either on if refunds will be available. But I mean, in true Kelly fashion, I'm sure she'll do whatever she can for her fans. Yeah.
Such a good person.
Family first, absolutely. All right, finally, Stephen Colbert picking up a part-time gig. According to sources, the 61-year-old comedian will play a late-night host on an upcoming episode of CBS's dramedy, Elizabeth.
The network wouldn't comment on the casting, and this comes about a month after CBS announced it's canceling Colbert's The Late Show next year.
His real-life hosting gig will end come May. There's a lot of hot takes on that.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, positive spin on it. Just like Eddie Murphy looks great for his. Stephen Colbert's 61. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's not that old.
No, I know that. I know that.
Gotcha. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A very scary situation in Kennewick. A man in body armor reportedly pointing a gun at random people. Coming up, we're going to let you know what police found when they got to that scene. And after more than 3 decades of service, Richland's fire chief is passing the torch. We'll tell you who is set to take his place, and that's all coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
The future of healthcare is here at Prosser Memorial Health, home to Mako Smart Robotics for precise joint replacement. Prosser Memorial Health has added aquablation therapy for advanced prostate care. And now we're proud to be the first in Eastern Washington with the Da Vinci 5 surgical system, bringing world-class robotic surgery close to home, all inside our brand new state-of-the-art hospital built with you in mind. Prosser Memorial Health, the future of care, right here, right now. Learn more at prosserhealth.org.
The legendary Bigfoot is still hiding. He's real and so are the prizes in the $120,000 Bigfoot Bounty at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. Hunt down your share and spin for cash, free play, or the Bigfoot Bounty Progressive that increases with each spin until it's won every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then on August 30th, one of 3 lucky winners takes home a new Rain travel trailer. Come claim your share of the bounty. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, celebrating 3 decades of fun.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right. You've been really pushing your luck with these 3-degree guarantees, but you're on a winning streak. So that's good. A win's a win.
Hey, what can I say? I like to live on the edge.
Do you?
I don't.
Because that is absolutely not how I would describe you.
I don't like living on the edge at all. But I was on the edge yesterday. Hey, but a win is a win, and we'll put it in the win column for yesterday. Went with a forecast high of 82 in Pasco Tri-Cities. It verified at 85, so the jackpot went up to $75. So for today, forecast high of 81 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 78 to 84, the jackpot's going to hit $100. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Okay, now it's on your screen as First Alert Radar still tracking a few lingering, very light showers in the Blue Foothills. The rest of this is off to the east of our area, but later in the day could see some more thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains and also for the periphery of our viewing area. Wind gusts going to be a big factor for today, especially in the foothills and the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts between 35 to 40 miles per hour, but down in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, some of those gusts between 25 to 30 miles per hour. Not for right now, but later in the day. Okay, speaking of right now, temperatures right now in lower elevations in the 50s and 60s, 40s in the Cascades, and 50s in the Blues. Your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities could have some clouds to start off the day, but it's going to be plenty of sunshine later in the day, and it is going to feel fantastic out there for early August, as will be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. That means 70s and 80s for our lower elevations. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's fantastic forecast. It's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. At 6:30, we start this half hour of news with a crime alert out of Kennewick. A man wearing body armor causing a major scare near the Southridge Sports Complex. It happened early yesterday morning, just before 7 a.m. Multiple witnesses reported a man pointing a firearm at random people while walking in that area. Officers quickly responding, and they found the suspect, who has been identified as Corey J. Williams of Kennewick. When they found him, he was still wearing that body armor. Police say Williams initially was uncooperative, but then was safely taken into custody. He's now facing several charges, including assault in the second degree, driving with a suspended license, and obstruction. Turning our attention to Oregon, where authorities have identified the man who drowned at Warehouse Beach near McNary Dam Sunday night. Authorities say 20-year-old Luis Perez was trying to swim from the beach to a nearby island when he went under. People on that beach tried to save him, but they couldn't reach him in time. Divers from Columbia Basin Dive and Rescue were able to recover Perez's body Monday afternoon. In Richland, a major leadership change is on the horizon for fire emergency services. Fire Chief Tom Huntington has announced his retirement after 31 years of service. Known for his forward-thinking leadership, Chief Huntington launched programs like Heart Safe Richland and helped guide the department through years of growth and innovation. Well, starting January 1st, Deputy Fire Chief Randy Ost will be taking over as chief. Ost brings more than 2 decades of experience and is praised for his innovation and dedication to the Richland community. City leaders say Chief Ost is well equipped to carry the department into its next chapter. Your voice, your vote, and in Yakima County's coroner race, Marshall Slight leads Dan Williams. Slight, who has been serving as interim coroner since September 24, has received almost 74% of the votes. Williams, who is the general manager for 3 funeral homes, has received about 24%. 2 candidates will face off again in November to determine who will finish former coroner Jim Curtis's term. Both candidates say they are grateful for their supporters and looking ahead to November.
Pretty humbled right now, and grateful, for the strong support in the primary. So we'll continue to work hard with the campaign and meet with people and continue to earn their trust.
I wanted to thank everybody who voted in the primary, but also, we're going to review, of course, those results and the next results over the next couple of days and brainstorm what we can do and see if we can reach some other people and go forward.
Now, the general election for the coroner race will be taking place on November 4th. 6:32 now, and if you've noticed more barge traffic along the Columbia River lately, you're not imagining it. The Port of Pasco says its barge terminal has been busier than usual this summer. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert has the story.
The Port of Pasco's barge terminal has seen a noticeable uptick in traffic over the past few months. Located in the port's industrial center, the terminal typically sees between 2 and 8 barges a month, bringing in products from across Washington and even internationally. Myra Reyna, the port's director of properties, says barges carry all kinds of cargo, and right now one company is even unloading wood chips.
Currently we have contracts with a company that is local, it's PCA, and they actually are bringing in wood chips, and they take them and truck them over to Wallula and make recycled cardboard.
But that's not all that's coming through. Reyna says recently more barges have arrived with heavy machinery headed for places like Spokane and even Alaska.
One of our other tenants, Lamson, had a crane here, and what they did is they just picked it off and set it here and stored it for, well, until they needed it, and then they took that and trucked it up to Alaska.
According to port officials, barges just make sense for many companies, as one barge is equivalent to 34 hopper cars or 135 trucks.
And with Pasco's new rail facility in the works, shipping through the terminal could soon become even more efficient.
Once that's put into place, from the Dairygold facility down to here, and just take, because we have rail on the dock itself, you can actually take from the dock and put it directly onto a barge.
At the barge terminal, success is measured in tons. Raina says for the past 3 years, the terminal has steadily moved more and more cargo.
You're busier. The busier you are, obviously the better. The more efficient you are, the better you can serve your community.
Port officials say the barge terminal is a critical part of Pasco's economy, and it's only getting more important. In Pasco, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
So port officials say that the terminal currently sees up to 50 barges a year, and that number could grow as demand continues to rise. We, of course, have all the information on the port and why we're seeing more barges up on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. So much more ahead. Want to help your kids focus in class? Well, it might all start with what you pack in their lunchbox. Coming up, we'll take a look at some back-to-school lunches that would set your child up for success and full tummies.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end-of-summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes! Time right! Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ever since Emmy got a new mattress from Denver Mattress, her math scores are through the roof. And Billy, nothing but the best sleep thanks to Denver Mattress. And now he's undefeated, 228-0. And during the back-to-school sale, setting up your star student for success is simple. Buy any Denver Mattress brand mattress and get a second half off. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Add superior sleep to your student supply list during the back-to-school sale only at Denver Mattress.
Hold on tight. Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is back August 27th through the 31st. And the rodeo is coming in hotter than ever. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get ready for the heart-pounding action, fearless cowboys and cowgirls, and edge-of-your-seat excitement as the biggest rodeo round takes over the fairgrounds. Food, fun, and thrills. Walla Walla's biggest tradition is coming in hotter than ever. Get your tickets now at WallaWallaFairgrounds.com.
Starting at $4.49, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $4.49. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Apple Valley News Now is topping it.
Apple Valley News Now is Milton Freewater. Apple Valley News Now is Kennewick.
Apple Valley News Now is Sela.
Our broadcast center may be here in Kennewick, but Apple Valley News Now is everywhere.
From the Blues in the east to the Cascades in the west, one television station is everywhere you want us to be. Leading the way with local news you trust. We're Apple Valley News Now, on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now, you're taking a live look at a beautiful baseball diamond in Pasco. This view, of course, coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Just seeing some of these cumulus clouds. I call them the Toy Story clouds, if you remember what the wallpaper of Andy's room looked like from Toy Story. So that's what it looks like up in the sky for right now. Going to be plenty of sunshine across the map for today. It'll be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. It's going to feel excellent out there. Now, a little bit on the cooler side in the Cascades, 50s there, but we'll be in the mid-70s for Ellensburg. Quite windy in the valley for today with gusts around 40 miles per hour. In the Yakima Valley, some of these gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour. High temperature is going to be around 80. We'll be in the low to mid 80s in the lower Columbia Basin, mostly sunny. Some of those gusts between 25 to 30 miles per hour. And then in the Blue Foothills, a few more clouds out this way. Highs mostly in the mid to upper 70s, could have some low 80s, and then mostly 60s and 70s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. And this is where we're going to have about a 20 to 40% chance of some thunderstorms for today. So with lightning in the forecast, here's the vegetation dryness forecast. Just an elevated level of vegetation dryness in the blue. So we're not too concerned about the potential for lightning fires, but as our forecast trends drier and a little bit hotter, you see that elevated dryness starting to creep back into the picture for most of the viewing area. We'll see with even hotter temperatures next week if we start to get back into that critically or significantly dry territory.
All right, well, it's time to talk back to school, and that could mean back to some boring breakfasts and lunches.
And if your child gets sick of the same cereal in the morning and turkey sandwich in the afternoon, they're not alone.
Today, Mandy Gaither has 6 healthy and easy meal ideas that can spice up any school day.
In the classroom, you want your child to do their best, so set them up for success before they even head to school.
We want our kids to be able to focus, and to be able to focus, we want to make sure that their bellies have something in them.
Catherine Sherry with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says healthy meals should have protein, healthy fats, fiber, and some carbohydrates. For breakfast, Sherry says to make whole wheat toast more exciting by adding nut or seed butter and some sliced fruit like bananas and strawberries. You can also make a breakfast burrito, add some egg and veggies, maybe some avocado and a side of salsa, or make egg muffins, fill them with veggies, maybe a little meat, pair with some fruit and a slice of whole wheat toast.
You can make multiples of these ahead of time. We can put them in a freezer bag, and then we just grab one out each morning, pop it in the microwave.
You can spice up lunch boxes too. Sherry says making your own Lunchable can make it more nutritious. Roll up some low sodium lunch meat and cheese, add whole wheat crackers and some nut butter, plus a veggie and some sliced fruit. Or send them to school with some leftover pasta, pair it with some sliced veggies and hummus to dip, along with the fruit. Chicken salad is also a healthy lunch alternative. Pair with sliced apple and some veggies and whole wheat crackers. Finally, have them wash these meals down with water.
Leave those sugary beverages at home. Let's just go ahead and do water for hydration.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, we were saying we do love a turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. We've talked cheese zombies, we've talked chili cinnamon rolls, your bad cheesy chicken and uncooked rice.
Yes, but hey.
So many nostalgic school meals.
Square pizza. I think that's something like pretty much all of us can agree on.
Yeah.
There's something really nostalgic about that. And there are those Totino's square pizzas that you can still buy at Walmart if you ever want to dabble back into that.
But I was a cold lunch kid for a while too. I went to a private school, so we didn't have like a hot lunch cafeteria. And I loved a tuna sandwich. Taking a tuna sandwich. And
I was telling
brown bagging it.
Mouthwash and some chewing gum after that.
I said I wasn't too concerned. It was 5th and 6th grade. Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. Give me that beautiful live look from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colworth, he's going to be back with your full first alert forecast of what you can expect as we continue to make our way through the week and into the weekend. It's 6:43.
During the final days of the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row, every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. So outfitting your off-campus studio or secluded study nook is elementary. Or get 60 months no interest. But hurry, the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Overturf Kia has officially relocated to Pasco, offering faster service and a brand new state-of-the-art facility designed for maximum customer service satisfaction. Experience? Drive-in climate-controlled service entrance for comfort and convenience. Expanded service capability with top-of-the-line bays to serve you better and faster. Comprehensive parts department. Relaxing customer lounge and refreshments. Great selection of high-quality and warranty-backed certified pre-owned Kias. Larger new car inventory with over 100 vehicles in stock, including hard-to-find hybrids and EVs, all ready to drive home. Grand opening specials include a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS with all the popular options, just $23,015. Shop online anytime. Overturf Kia, south of the Road 100 roundabout on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
At Sundown M Ranch, healing begins the moment you arrive. With residential treatment, outpatient programs, and specialized youth care, we support the whole person every step of the way. Our serene setting offers comfort, peace, and space to just breathe.
If you're an accident victim, remember that who you choose to represent you does matter to the insurance industry. For over 30 years, Allen Brecky Law Offices have been representing accident victims. Let us put our experience and excellent service to work for you.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Ready for takeoff!
Because we know your house is more than a home.
Whoa!
It's where their dreams take flight.
Hey, Dad!
And when you feel protected, your family can dream fearlessly.
How's it going, Captain? A-OK.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Vance Heating and Air has been keeping Yakima homes cool since 1986. If your air conditioner needs service this summer, we'll take $86 off the cost of any AC repair. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Setting up your star student for success is simple during the back-to-school sale at Denver Mattress. Buy any Denver Mattress brand mattress and get a second half off. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the back-to-school sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and time out the rest of the day with Futurecast, and it's going to be pretty dry by 8 this morning. It's also going to be pretty dry at lunchtime, but as we head into the afternoon, Futurecast trying to pick up on a complex of thunderstorms in Grant, Adams, Whitman, and Columbia counties. I think it's underselling the thunderstorm potential in the Blue Mountains of Walla Walla, Umatilla, and Morrow counties. So we'll just see how it pans out, but into the evening should turn dry across the map. And in fact, most of us are going to be dry with plenty of sunshine for today. Now, with a little bit of lightning in the forecast, checking back in on vegetation dryness. Again, whenever there's lightning over critically or significantly dry vegetation, that's when we're concerned. That's when we're the most concerned about lightning fires. So that concern, it's not going to be zero for today, but it's not going to be as high as some of those potentials that we had just last week. Okay, otherwise, like I mentioned, plenty of sunshine out there, and high temperatures are going to feel pretty cool for early August, that is. So we'll be in the 70s and 80s for lower elevations, and it's going to feel even cooler with some of these wind gusts predominantly out of the north and west today. The strongest gusts in the foothills of Morrow and Umatilla counties, also in the Kittitas Valley. Some of those peak gusts could be between 35 to 40 miles per hour. Then for tonight, clear skies, maybe a leftover thunderstorm in Whitman County, but the rest of it's going to be dry with clear skies. Overnight lows, not just mild this time. I would classify this as cool, maybe even a little crisp, with some 40s and 50s for lower elevations than 40s up in the mountains. For tomorrow, a touch hotter, but still about 5 to 10 degrees lower, cooler than normal for this time of the year. So that means middle to upper 80s for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. And the wind's going to come back, but this time not nearly as strong. And the heat's going to come back. We're going to trend hotter and hotter and hotter into Monday. High temperatures peaking around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities, about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. But as the theme has been all throughout the summer, we have not yet had a sustained heat wave. So that's why fire season hasn't been that bad. Of course, we still have the rest of August to go, but it looks like we're going to trend cooler once again into Tuesday and Wednesday. Unfortunately, the forecast is looking dry for Friday and beyond, so that means that fire danger will probably go up, along with vegetation dryness, of course. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, trending hotter into Monday with highs reaching 100, then the trend reverses. In Yakima, feeling like late September for today, but warming up into the weekend and the very beginning of next week. In Ellensburg, windy and comfortable Thursday, calmer winds but getting hotter for Friday through Monday. In Hermiston, low 80s today, mid 80s Friday, low 90s Saturday, the mid to upper 90s Sunday through Tuesday. Then in Walla Walla, again, just a very pleasant 7-day forecast, but heating up with the heat peaking by Monday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the NFL running interference on smelling salts.
I've been distraught all day.
The league will no longer provide athletes with those pungent packets of ammonia for an extra jolt of energy or to get in the zone. The new rule is rubbing some NFL stars the wrong way.
I think it was a quick trigger to ban them. I'm going to be severely affected, to be honest with you.
Many athletes finding it useful, but the NFL citing an FDA warning from 2024 saying they're not safe and can mask the symptoms of a concussion.
This was a step that we felt that we needed to take as a league to make sure that our clubs were not providing something that we know, A, doesn't provide any sports benefit or advantage, and B, does have some potential downsides. And C, has also been discouraged from the FDA.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on the NFL smelling salt decision and the latest player reaction this morning. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Your mental health is better. But having uncontrollable body movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, can feel embarrassing.
I asked my doctor about treating my TD with Ingrezza.
#1 prescribed Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD movements by greater than 5 times at 2 weeks. 98% of people were still satisfied with Ingrezza after 2 years, and you can keep taking most mental health meds.
Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling and hives, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you before operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Taking control starts with asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza.
Now, the morning sprint.
6:51, time for your morning sprint. And we start with your national headlines this morning, where the Justice Department is planning to ask the Supreme Court to quickly rule on the constitutionality of President Trump's birthright citizenship executive order. Last month, a federal appeals court upheld the judge's ruling that blocked implementation of the order nationwide. If the Supreme Court takes up the case next term, a ruling could come down in mid-2026. Earlier this summer, the Supreme Court limited the powers of lower court judges to issue nationwide injunctions. However, the court did not rule on the actual constitutionality of President Trump's effort to end birthright citizenship. In your business headlines this morning, Disney says it will launch a new streaming app next year that fully integrates Hulu into Disney+. Disney gained full control of Hulu after buying the remaining stake of the streamer from Comcast in June. Customers will still be able to buy standalone Hulu or Disney subscriptions. 6:52. Taking a look at health headlines, a new government report is raising concern about the typical American diet. Ultra-processed foods still make up more than half of the calories consumed by kids and adults, even though the numbers have improved in recent years. Ultra-processed foods are usually high in calories, added sugar, sodium, saturated fat, and lower in fiber. And they've also linked to obesity and other conditions like cancer and diabetes. 6:53, turning now to the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. 2 robbery suspects in custody, firearms off the streets. It's all following a multi-agency operation in Kennewick and Richland, and we have video from these arrests. Take a look at your screen. Police say on July 27th, a robbery on Kennewick Avenue was a targeted attack with a victim held at gunpoint inside his home. Investigators then tracked down 39-year-old Mark Barnett and 34-year-old Matthew Miller, who now face robbery and theft charges. SWAT teams, drone units, and street crime officers served search warrants at 2 of these homes yesterday, uncovering drugs, guns, and more evidence, and the investigation remains active. Also in Kennewick, a person's recovering after being shot in a parking lot late last night. Officers responded just after 10 to West 10th Avenue and found a gunshot victim. The suspect was detained on scene. Police believe the incident may have stemmed from a personal disturbance between the two. And a man in body armor caused a major scare near Southridge Sports Complex early yesterday morning. Police say Corey Williams was pointing a gun at random people just before 7 a.m. while wearing that heavy body armor. Officers were able to take him into custody. He's now facing multiple charges, including obstruction and assault. And in Boardman, Oregon, a hazmat response was launched yesterday after orange fumes were reported coming from a container at a processing facility. Crews evacuated the occupants there safely and then suited up to contain those chemicals. Luckily, no injuries were reported. And a major leadership change coming for fire emergency services in Richland. Fire Chief Tom Huntington, known for his forward-thinking leadership, is retiring after 31 years. He'll be replaced in January by Deputy Chief Randy Ost, who has been praised for his innovation and commitment to the community. All right, 6:54, and taking a look at what is trending this morning. 2 very unlikely brands have joined forces to create something I'm going to call a little questionable.
And I think that's underselling it a little bit. That's right. Smoothie King and Heinz have collaborated to create the first ever ketchup smoothie. The creation blends Heinz Simply Ketchup with acai sorbet, apple juice, strawberries, and raspberries.
Heinz says it's the first ever, first ever ketchup-based smoothie. They describe the taste as sweet and tangy.
If you're brave enough to try it, the smoothies are available at select Smoothie King locations nationwide. Now listen, you could argue that ketchup to begin with is a smoothie. It's a fruit. Tomatoes a fruit, sort of ground up into a liquid paste, which is what a smoothie is to begin with. So a smoothie version of...
I mean, that's a stretch.
It is a stretch.
That's a stretch for sure.
It's a little bit of a mind bender, if you think about it.
So are people going to dip their fries in it?
Well, they dip their fries in Frosty, and you dip your cinnamon rolls in chilies.
I sure do.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yep.
There it is. All right. Would you try it?
No, I would not. But I would not judge someone for trying it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I might.
There's a lot of empathy here, right?
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? All right, get us out the door. What can we expect today?
Today's going to be a phenomenal day. It's going to feel like fall, but not like... I know you're thinking like October, November. I'm talking about late September, like the last couple of weeks.
There you go. So it's still like ketchup smoothie weather.
Yeah, I suppose so. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at First Alert Radar. We were tracking some more showers in the Blue Mountains a little bit earlier this morning. A lot of that has scooted off towards the east, but later today we can see more thunderstorms in the Blue Mountains. Wind gusts already starting to pick up for the foothills, for the basin, and for the Kittitas Valley. Later today in the foothills and in the Kittitas Valley, some of those peak gusts could be between 35 to 40 miles per hour. Right now we're in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 40s and 50s in the mountains. A little bit later today, 70s and 80s. So yeah, about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Bottom line for the forecast, Blue Mountain thunderstorms today. It's not a guarantee, but about a 20 to 40% chance. Dry for Friday and beyond. And yeah, we're going to be heating things back up. So around 80 for today for lower elevations, but back up around 100 by Monday. There's no doubt about what season that could be boxed in by.
Summer.
Summer.
And I'm still here for it.
Me too.
All right. Well, thanks so much for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find the latest on all of our stories and so much more on our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5. Have a great day.